Hello and welcome to a new episode of Mostly Engineering, and today I have a little repair video for you. Recently my parents sent me a package, and among other things in this package was our old Sony Travel radio, and I didn't know that this thing still existed, but immediately on seeing it, it brought back a lot of memories on our family holidays, and also when it wasn't our holiday travel radio, it was mine. So as a kid, I had the option to listen to some radio, but as a kid, more important, it had a cassette part so that I could listen to all my audiobooks of Dino Peppino and all his adventures. So most of the cassettes, I could speak every single role because I listened so often to it. So it brought back a lot of memories. Also, the only times that I overslept in my time because I forgot to push the little alarm button on top. So, and I was also really pleased to see that this is mostly still working. So the clock still works, the radio still works, and it's like if you have it in your hand, you feel it's like a quality made product. But unfortunately, the cassette part isn't working anymore. So let's open it up and see if we can fix it. So, and here we have the radio, and yeah, the second sensor fell off, so one thing more to repair. But first let's focus on the radio part. So we have the back side of our radio, and when we press start, I'm not sure if you can hear it, but the motor is running, but neither of the spindles are moving. So that's the problem we have to fix, and there are a couple of reasons that can be. So maybe the motor is broken. I don't hope so, because replacing a motor may be difficult to find the exact one. Second of all, what would be also a little bit of a bummer is if the gearing, and I expect it's being plastic gearing, that some of the teeth are ground off because something got in there and tried to move it. And what I hope for is either that the grease is just dried up and blocking all the systems, so I'll take it apart, clean it, put it back again, does the job. Or maybe the belts, usually these cassette players are belt driven, and that the rubber belt after 20 years is not okay anymore. That would be both simple fixes. And this nice thing on this radio is this is still from an era where electronics were meant to be repaired. And you see here on the screw holes, you see the little arrows, and that indicates here with our Sony products as well that you should open these screws to open the case. And you see here these two screws, we don't need to remove them, and probably shouldn't to open up the case. But let's start. But before we go in, we remove the batteries. So now it's open, and also props to Sony again and making it repairable. All the cables that connect the two sides were all like clip-on cables, so that it's easy to remove and you don't have to desolder anything. And what we also already see, that this belt over here is not sitting on the wheel anymore, so that would explain why it's not working. And now let's see how we get this gray thingy off. So we have the screws again with the arrows, but yeah, I don't think we need them anymore, because I think we can just clip them off like this. Yeah, that works. carefully. We have some cables over here. And voila! And we have our rubber. Oh, that's very... Yeah, it's in two pieces. So we have to put a new bolt in it. So let's see if I can find one that fits. Let's see if this one fits. It's a little bit thicker than the original, or actually a lot thicker than the original, but let's see if this works. Stay straight. That seems to work, so let's put some batteries in it. So batteries are in, and let's roll. So yeah, seems to work. Very nice, and let's take care of the clock. 2 screws to remove. Now the clock is out, but I'm not sure if I have an option to remove the plastic cover. Yeah, this is a little bit more tricky. Honestly, I think this part was just meant to be a replacement, because I don't really see a way to get this thing out. Okay, here I see the point. As probably they heated up the metal, the plastic, and pressed everything in. There, there's our problem. Let's see if we can get the glue or whatever it is out of here. Ha! Now we got it. Now let's just take the second hand and push it back in. Slight problem. I don't know how this part was fitting in. I have to check the footage. So, also another good reason why you should film yourself repairing stuff. Not only that it's maybe interesting for other people, but by doing so, you can later look how parts were fitted. So, and the clock module is ready for assembly again. So, and now it's done. You see the clock is working, radio works, and the cassette. Is still not working. Okay. So, a whole build video and we are exactly where we started. So, this project wasn't a success. Yeah, that can happen sometimes. For various reasons, a project can fail. And in this case, I have 119 different sized rubber belts and none of them fit. So, they are also fixed, so they are sitting on top of the ridge on the wheels and not inside the ridge, and therefore when everything is closed up they start to rub on other parts and get blocked. And a quick search on the internet shows that finding the right belt may be a little bit difficult, because all the ones I found were either 1 mm thick as the ones I have here, or the seller decided that's not an important piece of information to give you. So if you know where I can find thin rubber belts, please let me know. And in the meantime, we have to say we failed with our goal, but I think it's still important to show this, because on YouTube or other social media is you always see the successes, and it feels like everyone with every project always succeeds in the end, and this is the furthest from the truth it can be. And when you start as a maker, and when I started, that felt really disencouraging, because you naturally fail on some parts or some projects, and then you feel like I'm too stupid, I'm not talented enough, and that's the furthest from the truth. This is just a normal part, and we should embrace it more. We should feel more free to share failures as well, because it's still an interesting process. And we still learned how to take the radio apart. We exactly know where the failure is and how to fix it when we find the right belt, and therefore it was not for nothing. And in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have questions, comments, as always, let them down below, and I try to answer them as quickly and correctly as possible. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you at the next time. Bye bye.